Good morning. I think we're supposed to get some of those famous fall storms later today. Morning, chickens. But I think for now, I'm going to run across to that other field that I planted and see how it's coming along. I don't know if I need to do anything else with it, if maybe it's got weeds. Let's take the bike over there. Looking forward to getting eggs from my own chickens for breakfast soon. Right now they're still a little young to be laying, but maybe soon. It's so nice. The weather's cooled off a bit. Although there is a sort of thick feeling that I think comes ahead of storms. It's nice to have that grass dealt with. I feel like the pressure's off. Now that I've got the animals, I have everything I need for them. I guess the pressure still exists as far as money goes. But in terms of getting everything going to set stuff up the way I want it on the farm, I think that's all set. What a beautiful day. Alright, well, I think the causeway is going to be a bit rough on this bike, so I'll bring you back in after I get over there. See you in a minute. Well, I'm over here on the field, and it looks like it's growing well, but there are definitely weeds starting to come up here and there. I can see this little guy. And there's more of them around. It's not bad yet, but I think if I don't... Yeah, if I don't get these out of here, they're going to take over my field. I can tell. Okay. I will get over to the shop and see about renting a weeder. I'd really rather have some sort of manual option than spray stuff. If I can be organic, I would like to be. So I'll get over there and see what kind of equipment they have. Given how little money I have, I guess I'm gonna have to rent it. Let's find out what I can get. Okay, well, I think we're all set here. So, let me get on the bike. There's a weeder that one of the other farmers has. She was able to arrange to get it brought over. And I'll be renting this for a little over $200. I guess I can afford that. Everything is going so quickly at this point, cash-wise. Yeah, this isn't too bad. It's kind of small. I should be able to use this with my tractor. It's actually in really good condition, too. I'm guessing whoever owns this must not use it very often. Alright, well that's great. I'll take the bike back to the farm and get back over here with the tractor. And we'll get this going. Well, that went really well. So I think I'm going to get this taken back to the shop, and they will return this to the farmer who I rented it from. And then I'm going to get the fertilizer spreader hooked up to this and spread fertilizer on that field. And then I'll be done with that field until it's time to harvest. And then after that, over the winter we can focus on plowing and liming and cultivating that other field to get it ready for spring planting. So, let me get this taken back to the shop, hook up the fertilizer spreader, and then come back and spread some fertilizer. See you in a little bit. Well, I can hardly believe it, but that's all set. That field should be good to go until it's time to harvest. I am glad to have gotten the fertilizer on there before we get the stormy weather. Otherwise, I think the next few months it's going to be pretty messy, and I'm going to be busy with that other field anyway. So, I'm glad to have gotten it on. I've used, I think, not quite half of the fertilizer, based on what's left in there. Check on that. There's not a lot left, but I've put fertilizer twice on that field, so maybe I will have enough fertilizer to also fertilize the new field? I don't know. I feel like it's going to be close. This stuff is so expensive. I'm a little worried I'm going to run out of money. We'll see what happens. I've still got my house to sell. I've had a couple buyers who've come to look at it, but nobody who's made an offer yet. If I don't get an offer in another month or two, probably have to put some money into the other house. And I don't have money, so I don't know if I'll have to take out a home improvement loan. What I'm going to have to do to get that sold. Guess we'll find out. I've only been here for a few months, but it feels like that other life is far away. Okay, well, I guess I'll just drive this right in here for now. Great, I'll drop that off later. And I've got to put away this lime that I took out of there. There's always a bunch of little things to keep you busy on the farm. Hey, chickens. Alright, well. You know, it's still early. The rain hasn't come yet. Maybe we should go for a bike ride, so I can show you some of the stuff I've been discovering. Let's do that. Let me hop on here. So, I don't know if you remember, when I was checking this place out shortly after, oh, right in front of me, really? Shortly after buying it, I saw all this wood back here in what looked like a cash box, and I thought, are they selling this wood to people? They can't be because there's no trees here. Well, there are trees, just not here. Back there. I guess more of this property must have belonged to this farm. When I bought it, it was mainly just the yard and the sheep area. But there's this whole little forest back here. And I think the owners who owned this place before me must have been logging back here. And that's what all that wood is about. So I guess if I wanted to, I could get into logging supply the residents here with firewood. I don't know how much it would cost to buy that property. I also found this trail. Check it out. This is super neat. There's little benches around. I think it runs through a lot of the island. I've really been enjoying riding along here. It's so beautiful and peaceful. You can see the ferry just off there. Can't come in when it's at low tide, or else it will beach itself. Just a beautiful, beautiful island. We'll get along there in a minute. Something else I wanted to show you, which will come past shortly. Path goes pretty close to this, what seems to be an abandoned terp over here. Yeah, hop off the bike, head on up there. As far as I can tell, nobody lives on this terp. It's very overgrown here. Ugh. There's this old deserted barn. Check it out. It's falling apart. I probably shouldn't even come in here. Ah. Got some trash in here too. Old appliances. Rubble, I guess, from where it's been falling apart. There's this boarded up house. I have no idea what the state of it is. It's just deserted. It looks like there's a little playground here, so I don't know if the people who used to live here had kids. And they've even got these little garden strips back here. And there's sheds over there. This place is really cute, and this little brick building is also falling apart. Probably shouldn't go in here. Yeah, this place has a lot of potential, and it's just very empty. Like, the terp I live on, I've got 3 other houses there with me. And it seems like these terps are really valuable because you can only build on these raised areas due to the storm surge. So everything that's not on these raised areas is basically in danger of flooding. That's fine for fields and such, but you can't build like sheds or buildings or anything like that on these lower areas. So where did I leave my bicycle? Was it over in this direction? No, must have been further on. There it is. So I don't know why that's abandoned. I mean, I guess the sheep farm that I bought would eventually be like that if somebody hadn't bought it. And there's that cow farm over on the other smaller island. Nobody's occupying that right now. I have no idea if there's anybody buying it. Oh, I guess there's a road that goes up to that place. That makes sense. I have no idea if anybody's buying that cow farm. After talking to some of the locals, including my neighbor, this place is not as... It's not doing as well as I thought, I guess. They have, like, tourists come. There's holiday cottages. If we keep following this path, we'll get there eventually. But a lot of the people who live here have 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet, and I don't know if any of these farms are actually making enough money to pay for themselves. The fact that so many people are moving out kind of implies that they're not. So I don't know. I don't know what the long-term viability is like on this island, but it's beautiful. I guess it's possible eventually. If I made enough money, I could buy some of those properties myself. It's so pretty. There's a little beach here. I just love it. We're in the off season right now because of flooding risks. We're supposed to get a storm later today. So I think all the tourists are off the island. Otherwise it would be pretty busy out here. Yeah, so I don't know, like if I were to make more money, could I buy some of this property? Would I want to? I actually haven't been up there. I don't know what's up there. I guess it's someone's farm. There's like a wind generator? I don't know. Lots more to explore still. And regarding money, I have been asking around about odd jobs or things I might do to make more money myself. And a lot of the farms here, I guess maybe because people are doing 2 and 3 jobs, they have contracts out to work in the fields, do some of the work for them, so you could potentially harvest or fertilize or cultivate or plow some of these fields. But I've spoken to a few of the farmers, and basically nobody's willing to let me do those contracts. It seems I have a reputation now after having driven over my neighbor's field, and it turns out the field next to me on my grass area, I don't know if you saw when I was spreading the lime the first time, I don't know what these are. Old docks or something? Maybe it's somehow related to the dikes? I have no idea. Do I want to go that way? Nah, I'll just keep following the path. Basically because I have driven over some of my neighbor's fields, which I know, that was probably careless of me. It's obviously I don't really know what I'm doing, and people think I'm careless or reckless. These are the holiday rental cottages. Oh, I guess there's a couple people staying here. I thought it was deserted. Excuse me. So yeah, this is where a lot of the guests from off the island come and stay. And my neighbor comes and cleans these sometimes when they need extra help. I wonder if they could use help with mowing and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, so basically, the farmers on the island won't take me seriously. Cute little shop. And won't let me do any of the work, any of the contracts. So, kind of out of luck there. I don't know if over time I get a reputation for learning or being more reliable or something. I don't know. What's the best way to get back home? I think this goes through town. Maybe they will eventually let me take some of those contracts, but it seems like for right now, that is not an option for me to earn any money. Yeah, here we are. We're back in the main town area. That's my lawyer's office over there and that bakery I like. So yeah, I've just been exploring, getting to know the locals, and finding out I've already got a reputation. I guess we'll call it here. I'll head back home and make sure all of my animals have got enough food, bedding, before the storm comes in. I will see you next time, everybody. Bye for now.